So over the past few weeks we have lost 2 games, but we did clean it up at the end of last week, winning our game against the Steelers, and the lead in the division was in question at the time, and for our next game against the Ravens, the lead for the division is in question again. I do believe that if we lose to the Ravens here, we would end up going second, although I'm not sure. I think actually we've already played them, which would mean that we don't. So we got this game to play now. There's not really much to say. We really got going against the Steelers. If we can continue playing like that, I don't think we'll have any problems again. Big game here, obviously, to make sure that we stay first in the division and that we can make it into the playoffs. So the goals this week: complete 75% passes, 300 yards total offense, score 2 touchdowns. Those are some pretty big goals. We don't usually get that much asked of us. So the Ravens start it off with 3 points. It's still a good job from our defense here, and we start with a run, and it's a pretty nice run there for about 9 yards, well, 8 yards. He took it back for another yard. But what today is about is this has got to be an MVP statement game. We are in this race. It's a close race. I don't know what McCaffrey's doing. Today's about proving that we deserve to be in that conversation and that we deserve to be #1 in that conversation. They're playing a lot of single safety stuff right now, but also not got too many chances for ourselves. But we find Crowder there perfectly, and Crowder's probably going to go all the way. What a play that was. We roll out to the right, able to just loft it up there for Crowder to take. Nobody near him when he catches that, and he can just go for the touchdown. We'll watch him here running over the top. That was his route anyway, and we just get him the ball perfectly. A very nice throw on run, and Crowder just makes the right decision to, well, you know, run his route. And the defense off the back of that decides they're going to turn the ball over for us and give us a chance on the 43-yard line, and we want to capitalize off that. So we run there. Probably could have kept it ourselves, but we pick up a few yards, so it's not too bad. Let's see, 2nd and 6. Looking, not liking it, but we can get away from him. And we couldn't do anything there to the linebacker. He tackles us, but it's a first down. So we're looking at 2nd and 20 here. And why not try and loft it up there? Oh, and it just, I think that was thrown right. Coleman just lost track of the ball. You know what they say, when you're not sure, do the same thing twice and hope it works better the next time. And that was close. I think we're going to have to go for this. And we didn't get to go for it because the quarter ended, so we weren't able to pull the hurry up thing. They go for a field goal on 4th and inches. Then the Ravens go down and score a touchdown, and we're all tied right now at 10 apiece, but McCaffrey there finally making a nice run. But what we need here is someone to beat their man and, well, someone to beat their man and someone to block their man. We can't do anything right now. The score right now, 20-10. Now, we have played the Ravens before and beaten them, which means if we do lose to them, it doesn't necessarily mean we lose our division lead. Coleman couldn't get the ball off to him because nobody, I mean, it is a safety blitz, but nobody's blocking anybody. It's very annoying because Coleman was open, and if we hit him in stride, maybe for the touchdown, but by the time we got anything out there, or by the time he was open rather, we were sacked there. It's better, but we're on 3rd down now. But we're going to get this 1st down now, because how dare they take the timeout on 3rd and 8 as if they're going to get the ball back. We've got a bit of a problem there getting away from this guy. We get out of bounds there. That was looking close, but we pick up the 1st down. So maybe reconsider your timeout tactics. We're no pushover, and it's about time we go down and score some more points, because right now we've got a problem. That was holding, so there's no point even throwing this. There's no point Crowder then going in for the touchdown, because the only reason it happened was because of holding on Austin Pastor, and it was ugly. Someone beat their man. Someone beat their man, and that is what Pryor does. And he catches it as well. We'll take a timeout there. 29 seconds on the 26-yard line. Can we get in for a touchdown? Not there. But maybe around here, we're going to have to get out of bounds. We know that already. We get out at the 10. Here we go. This one should be easy enough. There we go. Oh, come on, Walker. This is terrible. Let's play a game of how many drops are we going to have in this game. My bet is on something like 8. Finally, the defense has woken up, though, and they've got themselves another turnover, giving us the ball on the 43-yard line here and, you know, giving us a bit of a break. Let's see, they're going to play that. We should be able to beat them down the sideline. And yes, we will. Couldn't see Crowder for a long time, but we managed to see him just in time. We do get hit as we throw it, but we find him there, wide open for another touchdown, and now we're all tied up. And now we're no longer tied up. Why is this defense so darn hot and cold all the time? How can you turn the ball over, give us it at the 43, and then the next play you let them go all the way downfield for a touchdown, and then how is somebody going to hold somebody again? It is not good for your mental health to play for the Browns. I will tell you that much. Go, McCaffrey, go. Oh, come on, he couldn't even catch it. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Gotta get rid of it. Luckily, it's a timing route, and we complete for the first down there. Big time. We just had to let go of it and hope that Corey Coleman turns around and finds it in time. We don't need to get crazy. We don't need to force things. We can just move down the ball. We move down the field. We still got plenty of time. They're giving us a chance here to go deep, though, so we don't have to go deep. But they're not giving us a chance, actually. They look like they were giving us the chance. That guy's just stood there in his zone like he's sleeping. And we pick up another first down. We've got 95 yards on the day, and we're at the 29-yard line. It's going all right. I told you, we don't need to rush things here. All right, should be able to run into this one here. It's Best, the running back right now, and he gets through there, and Best goes in for the touchdown. How does that happen? I don't even know why McCaffrey wasn't playing, but he did fumble earlier. Best gets one touch here. I think, was it the 29-yard line, and he just goes in for the touchdown. What a play from our second-string running back. Come on, defense. There we go. That's the stop we needed. We need to get down here for a touchdown again to tie this game up. We've got 8 minutes in the fourth. Just need to play good football and we'll be all right. And that's part of it. A nice catch there. Not a drop. Good. We'll play this. This should be fine. Easy. Easy for Crowder there. Look at him. He'd already beaten the guy, and now Crowder's got a safety to beat. Can he beat the safety? No, he cannot. That was so close. Tackled at the 2-yard line. McCaffrey, this is your one chance. First and goal. One run. Go, McCaffrey. Come on. You've got to be able to run a normal rushing play. You get one chance and you don't take advantage of it. All you had to do was beat that guy. There's Coleman for the touchdown. I don't know why we bothered trying to give him a touchdown. It's just for him, but all he does is not get it and fumble, so why not throw to the guys we can get easy completions to? And Coleman there on the slant gets the touchdown. We're all tied up. Can our defense help us out here? Yes, they can, and I believe they may have done it with a turnover or just a very good stop and barely let them get anything. Or even just a good punt return. Who knows? But we've got good field position at the 44-yard line. McCaffrey making people miss, picking up the first down. So here's a play we haven't used in a long time, but I really like. And we should use more often because look at that. It just works so well. You can't really cover Delaney Walker if you're a linebacker. So it's 3rd and 2 now. I didn't actually realize it was 3rd and 2, but it's fine. No, it's not fine. No, it's not fine. And we can't go for the hurry up. And we're going to have to settle for a field goal here. I did not realize it was 3rd and 2. Also didn't put enough air under that ball. And he gets knocked down. Apparently, what? It said 3 turnovers. We haven't turned the ball over 3 times, have we? It's all tied up. 1 minute 10. We just need a field goal here to win. So we need to get into field goal position. Oh, we got away there. Could have actually gone and done something. Now we're looking at 3rd and 12, which is not what we want. Got to get rid of it. Got to get rid of it, and couldn't throw it before we were hit. We lose. We lose by 3 points because we couldn't move the ball on the final drive. You know, had we won, this would have absolutely been the MVP statement game we were looking for. 300 yards, 60% completion percentage, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Rushing, Christian McCaffrey. I mean, that isn't very bad. Only 10 carries. There should have been more, but you know, it was the shape of the game. 10 carries, 49 yards, 4.9 yards per carry. Did have the fumble that he lost. We went 8 for 95 yards, almost had 400 total yards. And then Ruben Best, that 1 carry for 29 yards straight for the touchdown. If we'd have won this game, it would have been great, but we lose 40 to 37. I mean, that's a huge scoreline as well. Jamison Crowder, 4 receptions for 164 yards, 41 yards per catch, 2 touchdowns. Delaney Walker, 4 for 41. Corey Coleman, 4 for 51. Terrell Pryor, 3 for 44. Drops actually only 2 apparently today, so my guess of 8 is a bit over the top. Defensively, Christian Kirksey with 16 tackles, then Jabril Peppers with 9, Byron Jones with 9. No sacks at all today. 2 interceptions by Christian Kirksey. 1 by Santario Shepherd, 1 by Rashad Dawson. So I would say look out for Christian Kirksey for Defensive Player of the Week. I still think we have a chance for Offensive Player of the Week. I don't know if you need to win the game to be considered for those awards. A forced fumble by Rashad Dawson as well. But that is, of course, it. And it just wasn't enough. The defense, there were times they should have done better. They shouldn't allow the Ravens to score 40 points on us. You know, but also that final drive, we should have, you know, at least picked up a single first down. Play calling was a little bit silly, but at the end of the day, we still had a chance and we just didn't take advantage of it. So it's a big loss there. We're now 8-3. I do believe it's fine though. Yeah, we are still first in the division because we won the other tie against the Ravens. So Let's move on to this next week against the Broncos. And now I don't mean to blame the defense, and I'm going to take a quick little look at something here. But first, let's take a look. I honestly think we should be winning these weekly awards. Yes, that's exactly what we did. I am not surprised whatsoever. AFC Offensive and Defensive Players of the Week. So I just went and did some maths. And listen, I'm not making any excuses. I just thought this was interesting to look at. So these first 7 games we played, where we went 7-0, the average points allowed by the defense were 16 points per game. And over the last 4 games, where we've lost 3 of those 4, the average points allowed per game is 26.5. That's 10.5 points more per game allowed in the last 4 games compared to the previous 7. And now, obviously, I thought it's going to sound slightly biased if I don't also say how many points we as an offense have scored on average. And in the first 7 weeks, when they were only allowing 16 points per game, we were scoring 26.4 points per game, so on average beating teams by 10 points. And in the last 4 games, we've been scoring 29.2. Now, one thing you can say there is it's irrelevant of how many points the defense allows. At the end of the day, it's still for the offense to score more and win, and we have not adjusted our points scored with the defense's points allowed, so that still sits on us. We can't just pretend, you know, well, if the defense doesn't do well enough, we're going to lose, because that, you know, then you go out in the first round of the playoffs, and we don't want that. However, I was actually very surprised to see, I thought maybe we had scored less points, but that's not the case. The defense allows 10 more points on average per game. We are still scoring more because we're having to score more to try and keep up with the other teams. But I don't know what's happened to the defense. Nobody's injured. Let's check if there's anybody important injured. Nobody is injured whatsoever, and I don't think anybody has been injured for the defense. All of a sudden, they started allowing a bunch more points. And it started actually with our last win before these last 4 games against the Ravens, who scored 27 points against us, and that was a season high at that point. They obviously now have scored 40 points against us. So as much as we need to obviously step up because we can't change what the defense does, the defense needs to step up at the end of the day. That's down to them, and they need to start taking it back to those 16 points per game allowed, not the 26.5. But anyway, that's, you know, all kind of irrelevant because all we can control is what we do, and all we can do is play the teams that are left to play. And one of those teams here are the Broncos. They come to us. We just lost at home, so let's try and make up for that by beating the Broncos. And let's get into the game. So I am not talking about the goals this week out of superstition. So if we ignore them, it's completely irrelevant and they won't affect what we do today. And we start with a decent run by Christian McCaffrey, about 5 yards, and we'll take it to start the day. Okay, so it was actually 4 yards. More importantly, it showed us a little picture of the playoffs thing, and it made it look like the Ravens were currently the division leaders. We were just a wildcard team. Christian McCaffrey making moves. So we're actually maybe out of the well, not out of the playoffs, but out of the division lead according to that graphic. We're at 2nd and 5. And we look to pass, and we find Corey Coleman there on the sideline. Just managed to beat Harris Jr. over there. Let's see what we get here. I'm not 100% confident about what we can expect to find, except for we can find Coleman there. Can he get the first down? It looks like he got tackled for the first down. Come on, McCaffrey, it's inches. Pile for the inches. Just go for the inches. Go for the inches, McCaffrey, no! So we get away with that because they don't get any points, but McCaffrey just had to go for inches, and he goes around the outside. He has absolutely zero situational awareness. It's completely pathetic. Let's see, we're trying something silly here, but it could work. And there we go, it does work. It was silly, but it could work. Oh, come on, you can't beat the cornerback. Fair enough, but it worked. That was a nice pickup. And see, now McCaffrey makes up for the earlier one because, well, actually, I'm still mad about it, but he does. It's made up for Delaney Walker had to come back for that one, but still picks up the first down. It's going well. Let's move on from that last drive. Sure, it may be a lost 3 points, a lost 7 points potentially, but it's okay. All right, let's see. It's the send prior over the middle play. Oh gosh, didn't realize Von Miller was right there on us, and he brings us down. I saw him a bit too late and didn't realize it was him until it was far too late. See, most guys, you know, we can probably outrun. When Von Miller's right behind you, you got to start thinking about some other options because your first one probably isn't going to work. Pryor had to come back for it. To be fair, that's where it was thrown and we don't get the first down. That time we learned from our mistakes. We go for the field goal and it pays off because we already have the ball here at the 26-yard line. So that was a great decision. Now McCaffrey again. I gotta tell you, running, I think we can keep doing that all day long right now against the Broncos. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Let's roll with it. There's nothing really there. I mean, we could dump it off to McCaffrey, or we could run behind his blocks and get tackled at the 2-yard line. McCaffrey did everything he could have done. Just unfortunately, there were a lot of defenders there. And for that, you get your one chance. Nope, that's not McCaffrey. You don't get, you don't get to steal his chance. That would be completely unfair. Just throw it away. Throw it away. And that's not to get McCaffrey back on the field. That was because that play was broken very quickly. However, now McCaffrey is on the field. He does get his one chance, and he takes advantage of it. About time. Finally, another rushing touchdown. You needed one. Every now and then he can run this play right. He went outside when he needed to go outside. He rarely does that. Look, rarely do you see him bounce it a little bit more, but he does it that time, gets in for the touchdown. It's exactly what we needed. So, tell you what, pressed against our own 10-yard line. It's not exactly what we wanted. There's a flag there. We managed to not give up a safety. I'm assuming the flag was holding. Well, it pretty much has to have been. But it was on the defense. I wasn't sure where it was, and we get a break. And we're back exactly where we were not that many plays ago. Third down on the 10-yard line, except for this time we have to go an extra 5. And we managed to find Coleman, the insane catch. I think that's going to be 4th down, but this catch was incredible. Just watch what he does here, tiptoeing on the sideline. Unfortunately, didn't have the inches, and we're not going to get to go for it. Come on, somebody's got to beat their man, that's all. Just beat your man. Nobody is beating their man. However, well, if you're going to give us this much space to roam, we'll try to juke and go out of bounds at the same time, but do not give us that much space to run, because we will, you know, oh well, we'll run. We do have a chance here to get into field goal range, but outside of that, I don't really think we've got a chance for much more. There we go, Coleman. There you go, you finally beat your man, and now Coleman's got it. I just said I don't think we got a chance for much more, but we got a chance for a touchdown here, as Coleman finally beat his man. It's very hard to beat these corners, but we get one. We just throw it up for him to go and collect as he gets to the spot. It was, you know, worked out perfectly, and he's in for the touchdown. We're up 17-0 with not much time left in the first half here. You know, I think what I said about the defense before we went in this game, I think they heard it, because right now they're playing very well. I don't actually know who is on the Broncos offense, and we got away with one there. I don't know what happened there. How dare you take a timeout as if you're going to get the ball here. That's very rude, and we do not look kindly upon it. First down, save your timeouts, Denver. You're not getting the ball back in this half. I said save your timeouts. I don't mean, you know, that I think you can save them for later. Save them from wasting our time. And now we get to take one final run. He spins off some people, and, well, we only picked up 2 yards, but it looked pretty cool. Okay. I'm not entirely sure what we're looking at here. I am. I saw it. I saw who we were throwing to. But look at all this space. We slide. Keep it safe. We just ran for 95 yards last week. We've got another chance, I think, this week. Sorry, Crowder. Let's see if we can make it up to him. Maybe. He's got the speed to beat Talib, but I think he went out of bounds. Yeah, and that's not the defense's fault that they finally allowed points. That's on us. And that run goes nowhere. Also, yikes. I think the Broncos are on the verge of beating a team record for sacks in a game, because they have a lot. Maybe we should start being a little bit more careful with how many times we get sacked. Haha, if we just run it now for the rest of the game, you won't get another one. That'll ruin your fun. And we don't really need to not run it anymore. Well, we don't need to do anything but run it at this point. That's what I meant to say. That may have been an immediate turnover. I actually don't know what happened there, but we've got the ball back. And we'll gladly have the ball back. And now McCaffrey through the middle. Why did you run left? What? There was one defender to the left, and you ran towards him. I mean, nice pickup and all, McCaffrey. It was a good... There you go. Now you run to the right. That was the right decision, and you pick up some more yards. You don't quite have the speed to get away from everybody. Let's see if we can throw another passing touchdown. That's an Aaron Rodgers MVP thing to do, isn't it? I mean, that wasn't going to be the touchdown, but it's a nice pass. I mean, not pass, rather, nice catch. Had absolutely no idea that that was Crowder's first reception of the day. Let's see if we can get one here for a touchdown. Of course we can. Of course we can, and there we go. See, that's MVP worthy right now is how we're playing. And this should be the final play of the day here. We'll play it just for the... Well, no, we have to play it. And there, I mean, not much there for him, but it was another yard. and that'll do it. And there we go. See, that's exactly what we needed. We need the defense to play like the defense of old. It does that. It only had to allow 16 points. They only allow 7. We had to score, you know, more than 26.4, which we barely did. We scored 27, had a few more chances, but we didn't really do anything bad. So we threw for 234 yards, 65% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Clean day for Jackson. Christian McCaffrey, 22 touches for 112 yards, 5 yards per carry and a touchdown, no fumbles. Clean day for all the rushers. We also went 5 for 70. Receiving, Corey Coleman went 6 for 140 and a touchdown. Terrell Pryor 4 for 38, 1 drop. Jamison Crowder 2 for 12 and a touchdown. So the 2 drops is about as bad as it got for us, which isn't really that bad. And the defense, Jamie Collins leading the team with 9 tackles. Sacks we got a lot of. Ryan Anderson's got 2. Jamar Taylor and Jamie Collins sharing a half a sack between them. Interceptions, 1 for Rashad Dawson. Rashad Dawson last week had an interception and a forced fumble. This week again has an interception. Ryan Anderson this week with a forced fumble. Defense back to what we like to see from them, holding the team to 7 points, giving us a chance to score 27 and win the game. And just like last week, we lose 1, we win 1. Now, I don't want this to continue being the trend. I'm pretty sure I said that, you know, 8 times last season because there's 8 episodes for 16 games, and I'm pretty sure pretty much every single time we won 1, lost 1, won 1, lost 1. This is hopefully going to be a bit different, but it's always good to at least out of 2 games get 1 win if we're going to lose a close one, which we have done now twice. Well, we've lost 3 games. And the target this week was red zone, 75% touchdowns in the red zone. And the reason I didn't talk about that, as I've said before, I do believe that that goal is a curse. Usually when we've got it, we play badly. I don't talk about it. I didn't acknowledge it. I didn't even try and get the 75%, which I'm pretty sure we would have got if we hadn't gone for it on 4th down. But I don't care because it's more important to win the game, and we did that because we just ignored the curse. And there we have it. We're 9-3 now. Let's move on to the next week so we get all the games updated. And we play the Steelers again. Of course, we already played them and beat them. We beat them very nicely. And now, yes, the Ravens have overtaken us as the division leaders, and they are doing well. And now let's have a look, as we will pretty much every episode, to see how the MVP race looks after a good week for us. And in the MVP race right now, we are favorites. So right now we look like we're going to win NFL MVP in our 2nd season. I'm pretty sure I just said MVP rather than MVP. Who knows? I do know the difference between the words, but Dan Quinn right now is favourite for Coach of the Year, but we're also favourite for Offensive Player of the Year. I bet we're not favourite for Best Quarterback. No, we are! There we go. We're just simply amazing. Thanks, everybody, and I'll see you for the next episode.